What's up, Craigslist? Got a 10-degree mount kit for a 3-rib VW bus transmission that I'm putting into a 65 VW Baja Bug pan. So here's the 3-rib transmission. To keep the shift rod in the tunnel, you need to put a 10-degree mounting kit for the transmission in. So the kit, this is the instructions, which are kind of terrible. It was like $190 or something like that. Here's a bird's eye view of the wishbone in the back. So you got to cut these notches out, with a little grinder, and then weld it back together. Remove the old trans mount, because this one's a vertical mount. Yeah. So this, you'll see where we welded that to the bug pan. Actually, it's to the torsion bar. Then here is the part that replaces the old transmission mount. So this goes on one way. This goes through here, and then there's a tab that's welded on back here in the through bolt. This thing only goes on one way, because if you put it on the other way, it would hit here when you slide it on. It's kind of a tight fit. We had to hammer it on, and these bolts are supposed to line up. We had to widen up the holes in the mount a little bit to get them to line up perfectly. You can see in here, here's the through bolts. You have to drill these. So here and the other side as well, you got to drill those out and then put your own bolts in there. So that's it for the bus the mount kit. And then let's take a look at the bug here. So you can see here, first started out by cutting these out, clearing these out. It's 4 inches from the torsion bar here. And then this is a 4-inch gap. And this is a 4.5-inch gap. This was cut out already before I got it for the CV 930s. And it's kind of, you just mirror it on this side. It's just for clearance. And you can see this is where that nose part is going to mount to. We actually had to cut out that part of the pan to get to the torsion bar. Other models, like my buddy's 74, you can go right to it. It's accessible. I had to move. They tell you to cut this. This is the throttle cable. You got to cut this out so you can move it, because it's going to hit the front. This is obviously the clutch tube, and it's supposed to be like out to here, but you have to move it. But I cut it accidentally, so now it's a little short piece. So here's the mount kit that replaces the old one, like this. And then these little weld-on tabs here, right here, we had to grind them down quite a bit to get them to fit on there. So kind of get the transmission in place on here, and then grind it down, and then do a lot of measuring to make sure that your bar here, or your shift rod, is in the middle. This is right where you want to connect. And again, it's going to put it on a 10-degree mount, 10-degree angle, so the ass end is going to be up a little higher. This comes as just like a tube that you have to cut short and make fit to that torsion housing. That was really it. So, but make sure you got to put the whole transmission in, get the shift rod on there before you start welding and cutting any of this stuff, any of these. So just so you get it right at the right angle, and you pull it out, and then kind of tack weld everything when it's kind of in place, and then finish up the welding when you pull it out. That's really it. Hope this helps some people. All right, thanks.